Don't look that way, son.
Sounds like a villain from one of the famous 5 TV adaptations.
I think I'm much more a Scooby-Doo villain, to be honest. You don't want to go in that abandoned fun fair.
Yeah, no.
I'm the caretaker. There's no reason why I'm digging a mine underneath whatsoever.
No, and I would have gone away
with it. Because there'll be a haunted clown.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, I mean, there weren't that many plot twists in old episode of Scooby-Doo, you know.
Well, there was the same plot twist every single time.
Oh, yeah.
But as they only ever introduced 2 other characters, it's like a 50-50, wasn't it, really?
Yeah. Right. Next race, which will be upon us shortly, and that will be... there we go. We've got the full list of grids.
This is good. I'm quite pleased because I'm glad somebody knows what the order is.
Micromax is up next. The youngest members of the Rotax family. Oh, and having a look down there, I think Max St. Hilaire was a little bit...
irritated.
AJ Halil was a little bit irritated because something went wrong with his kart. I don't think I think that he did come in and went back out again because AJ, he was in that group and then he finished 43 seconds behind. So I think,
no, he's getting a hug. That's nice.
Well, that's all that matters at the end of this is that, you know, you see that, you see the racing and then you realise, yes, they are going to go back to school and on Monday the teacher's going to say, all right, today is colouring.
Yeah, well, I think they have to like learn stuff, don't they? Phonics, which seems absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
My stepdaughter is a primary school teacher at very early years, and she was trying to explain phonics to me. And I said, just teach him to read the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, like the words.
Yes.
On the page.
No, it's way too complicated. But I don't remember there being a lot of illiterate people when I was younger.
No. I mean, you always had the thick kid in class and the smelly kid in class, but that was pretty standard, you know.
Well, there's an old I can't do it live, but there's an old. It's not politically correct anymore about, you know, if you're what was it? I was saying if you're middle class, sorry, if you're working class, you're thick, and if you're middle class, you're dyslexic.
Ah, right, okay, that was the
That's the non-understanding way we have now. We understand things much better now.
Yes,
40 years on, we're a much more caring, sharing society.
Yes, we are indeed.
Doesn't
caring
mean
and sharing.
That's untrue.
Micromax. Let's see how much caring and sharing these youngsters do on track.
Link caring and
tenuous.
You know, I've done worse. To be honest.
Well, Ethan Lloyd and Lewis Colby have been sharing the lead throughout the superheats. Noah Wicklow, he cares very much about pronouncing his surname correctly. Yes, that one. So there we go. We did squeeze sharing and caring into that link between. On the outside of row number 2, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, will be Freddie Blackshaw, Henry Algar and Jensen Darlow. Row 3, Ethan McClelland and Arthur Bowers. Row 4, Arthur Bowers being coached by David Bellchambers here this weekend. Then it is Zach Andrew and Carter Jackson, not Carter Jackson, just Carter Jackson. Junior Wright and Toby Cannon, Lani Eden and Teddy Roberts, who is out there now, and then Pierce Gauntlet at the back of a full complement, I'm pleased to say, of Micromax drivers.
They'll also be enjoying 12 minutes a month. No, Wicklow didn't, to me, feature particularly heavily in either of the
Bambino
superheats. And the superheats, but he's second on the grid.
Consistency. And also, I would imagine...
it must have carried some of the points forward.
Lewis Cacaldi, I think he might have been slow off the grid. Right. According to... Oh, no, hang on.
Or has he had our results don't come into account any sort of penalties that may have been occurred during those races.
But the grid that I've got certainly accounts for... Now, we're going to go around again. Now, is that the S plate? I can't see Lewis Cacaldi anywhere. Where is the... Oh, yeah, he is there.
Fifth.
Fourth. But according to my grid sheet, he would be second.
That's not going around.
Yes, he is second, and he's
trying to get back into second place.
Yes, and to be fair to Noah Wicklow, he did give an apology. Now, weaving to warm your tyres up is not strictly allowed in karting, as everyone knows. So what the drivers are doing
mostly done, though,
is they're just checking their steering.
Because it might not work left and right and left and right and left.
Yes, so they've just got to double, triple, quadruple check it.
So obviously there's a problem with the Kokoda, which meant he dropped back several positions. He's now got himself back into position.
So it'll be Lloyd and Capaldi.
Then Wicklow, so it's the third.
Yeah. Yes.
And Jensen, so you got...
then Jensen, so that's the S8, that's the ST Racing kart. Fourth place starter, Freddie Blackshaw. So here we go then. It looks fast again. And it's going to go around again.
They're going to get stopped to have a talking to.
Oh, right.
They're going to get stopped to have a talking to.
We haven't seen Dan Ashton and his white jeans much today, but we could be about to see...
there is a talking to. The person on the front row, people in the front row get put back.
Yeah, they normally, in this day and age, they're normally given one final opportunity.
Really? I thought they've had the final opportunity.
The talking to precludes the final opportunity.
Okay.
Is a precursor to the final opportunity.
I think at this point they should know they're in trouble because Dan isn't taking any more of them.
Right.
Their rubbish.
Yes, he's standing. You're going to see a man dressed in white. There he is. EMF's on.
That's Dan.
He's
Dan. Not happy. And
No,
he's pointing at Ethan as well. So he's basically saying, Ethan, if you don't do this right, there's going to be an issue.
Yes. Because the pole man controls the pace at the start.
Dan is the race director, by the way, Daniel Ashton. So he's the man in charge of the overall running of the event.
He's not just somebody that's wandered onto the track.
He's not some bloke who turned up, had a burger, thought, I can do this.
Yeah. I had about 3 burgers. Sorry, Dan.
Wow, you said that.
I did.
I heard it as well.
Yeah. Oh,
right,
dear.
They have picked up speed, but they're in 2 good lines this time. Yep, that should go. That should be right. And it is going to be Ethan who's going to be leading. It looks like second place if he gets the inside line through. No, it's dropped down to third for Kilcuddy.
Yep.
So I'm not sure. I think it's Wicklow's going to second.
It is Noel Wicklow into P2. Past grandstand. A couple of drivers running very, very wide, but they all emerge back on the prepared surface. And Capaldi there is in third place. Now, is Capaldi going to work with Noah Wicklow, or is he going to just mirror signal manoeuvre and go for the pass?
My guess is the pass if he can make it. Now, Wicklow said he obviously has been doing quite well until he get that third on the grid, but didn't seem particularly quick in the second of the superheats. He got edged out. Not taking any of that, says Wicklow. And then a little minor error by Ethan Lloyd, and then he lost a couple of kart legs, but he's come out of that nicely as up the inside and taking second place goes Capaldi.
Lewis.
That shouldn't be there.
Can't park there, mate.
Where is that?
That is coming out of the Bruno chicane.
Wow, how did that happen? I think, okay.
Let's have a little look. Are we going to... I mean, the driver walking away.
He's walking away. He's okay. I think he's just perhaps
maybe a little bit winded.
I think, yeah, he's sitting down. He's fine.
I think that may have been Toby Cannon.
They're getting the kart off the bank. He must have had it coming together, spun up the bank. I mean, I think it's more shock than anything else, because I don't think it's particularly...
No, and I think it's one of the new Pantano karts.
I'm not sure. I think that's no reason why it'd be up a bank.
No. Just because he's driving a Pantano doesn't mean it's naturally attracted to banking and other bits of.
So in that kerfuffle, Wicklow dropped down to 5th during that lap.
Yeah, and obviously Capaldi has no faith in Wicklow's ability to match Ethan Lloyd.
No, Wicklow didn't look quick in the second heat at superheat, so I don't know. I'm not saying anything about it. We know Wicklow's a fast driver. It may just be, set up or anything else.
And of course, this track is a bit of a misnomer because it's the only track that is a pure horsepower track that we're going to visit this year. We go with PFI?
You are going to PFI.
PFI.
I'm going to PFI.
I don't go to PFI.
Other people go to PFI.
Yeah,
I'm at Le Mans that weekend.
Oh, lucky you.
No, I'm working. I'm not looking at it.
Well, I mean, you're still looking a bit at it.
I will do,
yeah. But yeah, that's a horsepower track. The rest of the track's Ward Law Drivers Circuit, Gladagorse, Real Drivers Circuit. So this is a slight misnomer in terms of power trumps not driving ability, finesse. Yes. No, new third place
Jensen
driver.
Darlow's in third. This is a real coming to form from Jensen Darlow. Jensen Darlow who's the son of Sarah Darlow, who isn't here because she's running the grids in the pit and the collecting area for the NKC.
Oh, right, okay.
The son of Tim Darlow, who's a long-time racer. So Jensen's, who was looking, honestly, last year in his first year, was looking a little. He started a bit late. He was looking a little bit lost. But obviously, he's done that thing. Got the idea suddenly.
Yeah, and suddenly, and he's got the Jack's Motorsport livery on his car. And look now, Capaldi has really closed in the last half a lap on Ethan Lloyd. So
nose
Lloyd,
to tail him, but there's 8.5 minutes to go. So you kind of think, this isn't really the time to, unless you think you can get past and pull away, there's no real point in leading.
Darlow and Henry Algar.
They've done the 2x2. Darlow's managed to get himself. They've successfully pulled away from what were the rest of the pack. So you kind of got these 2x2s. So we could get an awful lot of this Noah's Ark stuff going on.
Arthur Bowers has also retired.
Bowers was quick in the second superheat, and then I think he had a problem towards the end of it.
Yeah. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. Now we're wheel to wheel again. Here comes Lewis Capaldi. And again, Ethan Lloyd gives Lewis a bit more room, so Lewis doesn't have to.
But they've lost time to Darlow, both of them. So the gap between second and third was just shy of 9/10 of a second last time round. It's dropped down to. Oh no, that's an optical illusion. It hasn't dropped down at all. Actually, I thought they'd lost quite a bit of gap. The gap is exactly the same.
But Algar is still pushing Darlow along. Blackshaw is in fifth. McClellan sixth. Noah Wicklow has not recovered from the sort of losing his momentum, losing his rhythm that has cost him a place that he was running in second, and goes back to what I was saying about this being a horsepower track. You know, working together in the slipstream, sometimes if you're on your own, it doesn't matter how well you're driving the corners, the long flat blasts here at Shenington, you just cannot do anything about catching carts in front of you as if they're working together. It's when they stop working together that you can close in very quickly.
Now there's a gap. We've been used to very much nose to tail following, haven't we? And do you think Kirkcaldy can actually gap it?
Well, I mean, Ethan Lloyd suddenly slowed down quite a bit, and Kirkcaldy caught him and was looking very, very aggressive. And I wonder, now we're into the time of the race where, you know, we'll enter uncharted territory pretty shortly in terms of the length of the session.
Yeah, fastest lap Jensen Darlow in third, only by a few hundredths, but you know, it shows a little bit of. I think these top two, Ethan Lloyd now is doing what he's supposed to, as far as I'm going to be right on the bumper. But I think it's a case of they have a tenth of a second in hand if they actually settle down and knuckle down over the rest of the field. I don't think Darlow will be able to make up the gap, but
certainly when it was vice versa and Ethan Lloyd was leading, Kirkcaldy's nose cone was never more than about, you know, a cigarette paper's width away from Ethan Lloyd's rear bumper.
Yeah.
Now that Kirkcaldy is leading, Lloyd can stay in the slipstream, but he's not pushing Kirkcaldy along in the same sort of way that the Scotsman was pushing the number 66 car along.
Just wondering if Lloyd is less happy being 3 inches off a bumper and happier being a metre off a bumper. To mix my units.
Very, very possibly. Although now the slipstream effect.
I think, and he got the speed coming through the corner. Now off this corner previously, Kirkcaldy's gapped him, not this time. So he's looked at that part of the track and realised he's making a bit of an error. Dan Ashton looks concerned about something, but I think we're okay. I think he's still tidying up from that previous incident.
I think it's possibly the situation. He's got wind. That's normally what happens with Dan. Looks a little bit perturbed.
Right.
Yeah, he's got wind.
I suddenly thought, what's something going to get a cyclone coming around or something?
No. It's probably his lunch repeating on him. Side by side for third, briefly, Darlow and Algar next. But now, again, Ethan has had maybe a couple of laps just to cool off a little bit. Now he is driving with a bit more purpose, shall we say. He's giving the rear bumper of Kirkcaldy's kart a much closer inspection than on the last couple of laps. We crossed the line to start lap number 10.
We're still a long way away from the end, aren't we? We've got 4.5 minutes before we get to the plus one lap, and this is the thing, really, isn't it? These guys are in uncharted territory. This is probably the second time, if they did round one, they've done a race as long as this. Yeah,
and we've had a change of third. Algar has now gone into P3 at the expense of Darlow. Blackshaw is not a million miles away from Darlow in fifth. Then it will be McClellan, Wicklow, Junior Wright, Zach Andrew, Teddy Roberts, Lani Edun, Carter Jackson and Pierce Gauntlet, the remaining runners. Arthur Bowers is still running.
Is he running despite having broken?
Two laps down.
Must have stopped and tweaked something and sent him back out again.
Yes, which you can't. There is a repair lane here at Shenington, so Maybe Arthur Bowers came in, obviously came in, thought something was changed or put back on or fixed.
Yes, put back on probably.
And
tightened up.
Out he goes, yes.
So Kokoli now has been leading for about 5 minutes, and he's doing a relatively good job of it. It's kind of like, it is interesting with Ethan. What is he looking to do? Because he's obviously decided he does not want to make a move. He's not even shaped to a move.
No. And he's not giving Capaldi any indication by pushing him along that he can match him for speed. Now, is he playing possum, I wonder?
Well, I think he's been told that, if you get in the situation, don't give him any clue. But he's not even, he's just following. He's not even trying at this point. Don't forget, all the drivers can see how long there's a gantry telling them how long is left in the race. They know how long a lap is. They know they've got 4, 3, 2 or 1 laps to go. And we go round the cafe corner for the 12th time with 2 minutes and 40 seconds plus 1 lap. Behind them, third and fourth remain the same. Argo and Darlow. Freddie Blackshaw trying to get back on terms, and then there's a big gap with Ethan McLaren in 6th.
And Lloyd, he almost made a mistake there. The back end of the kart stepped out, but it just goes to show, even though he almost missed his apex there, he's right. He can almost draw back up to Capaldi at will at the moment. Now, Lewis checks over his shoulder. I know you're there, son.
So getting as close as he can, taking a wide line to get the acceleration out of the corner. Not quite so much. I mean, gap opened up to a kart's length, but that's all they're dealing with, a kart's length here and a kart's length there. Now you look at that, that's the biggest lead we've seen Capaldi have for a while, but that'll be gone by the time they get to the hairpin. But might be gone by the time they get to the corner in front of the grandstand, to be honest.
Now, does Ethan Lloyd surprise Capaldi before Capaldi starts defending? He's not defending there. Will he look to the inside? No. Thought there that he may look to re-establish the race lead before Lewis thinks it's time to go, because they're going to come around. There's going to be a minute plus change at the end of this lap. Now you'll see Lewis Capaldi at the end of this lap will start to defend, probably even coming in to Wilkins.
They'll have 3 laps when they cross the line. So it's a case really of, do you go with 2 to go or 1 to go? You don't want to go with 3 to go. It gives way too much options for the other person to come back against. This is 3 to go.
And again, Ethan Lloyd laying back a little bit. These 2 drivers are 2.3 seconds ahead of Henry Algar in 3rd, Darlow in 4th, and Freddie Blackshaw is sort of creeping towards.
He is in the background. That 5th place may not be, 5th and 4th may not be nailed on one way or the other.
Yes, he's working hard, is Blackshaw, to get in a position. So he's now caught them. You can just see at the back of the camera shot flashing out of the hairpin that it's a 3-kart battle for 3rd, but it's a head-to-head scrap, as we were kind of predicting and expecting for the win.
Yeah, I mean, we're now going to right. When they come around in 2nd, they're going for 2 laps to go. And now, if Ethan's got something, he needs to start showing it, or needs to start setting it up at least.
Yeah. This is 22 seconds. Next time around, they'll get the last lap board. Still, Ethan Lloyd waits. It was a gung-ho move at the end of Hangar Straight in Superheat 1 that decided it. Capaldi deciding, no, I'm still not. He's very confident, is Lewis Capaldi, in the straight line speed and his braking ability, because he thinks that no one's going to outbrake me.
I think it is going to happen. I think it's going to happen at the final hairpin before the start finish, the Wilkins hairpin. I just feel that's a place where there's more options. It seems quite easy to, without the power, because these aren't the most powerful machines, to block the over and under, and that's it. And he's looking very carefully there as Lloyd tries to take and always drops a little bit of time going round the hairpin there. Over the line they go, past Dan Ashton in his white shirt. And they come around the cafe corner, and now it's a gap. Now, as you say, Kokoli looks supremely confident in this lead.
Yes. Interesting. Will he defend into the last hairpin? Doesn't even defend. That's giving Ethan Lloyd less of an opportunity up here. He's going to get one opportunity if that is Ethan Lloyd, and he's not close enough into the Bruno chicane. Does he get it? He's got to run onto Hangar Straight. Now Capaldi will have to defend. He doesn't leave Ethan Lloyd an opportunity. Lloyd going to the outside briefly But I think Lewis Caldy has done enough.
Yeah, there just wasn't without any form of error, there wasn't any sort of overspeed. Oh, that was a bit error. You're not supposed to take two arms off. You get in trouble for that, taking two hands off the steering. That was the edict a while ago, but we'll give him that one. So Kirkcaldy dominated that race once he got to front. Never looked in trouble, and didn't seem to have to do anything panicky to stop Lloyd getting past him. I think that it came down to it, and I think something you said a couple of laps ago. I think he had confidence in his speed. I think his kart, or the way he was driving, had a little bit extra oomph
for those last few minutes.
That was enough.
Yeah.
To be it tyres or be it just the way the machine was breathing or cooling, and he just had enough that he wasn't concerned about Lloyd as long as he didn't make a mistake. Darlow picked up third at the end, by the way, so it was Kirkcaldy, Ethan Lloyd was second, Jensen Darlow was third, Henry Algar came in fourth, and we just look at him again, just trying again right at the last lap, and always under control from Kirkcaldy.
Ethan Lloyd, again, trying to go to the outside more through hope than expectation. And the expected result was as thus. Kirkcaldy, Lloyd and Darlow.
And then Algar, Blackshaw, Ethan McClelland, Noah Wicklow, again, faded. He faded in Heat 2, and the kart faded in Heat 2, and so they obviously needed to look at a little bit of setup. Junior Wright was 8th, Zach Andrew was 9th, Carter Jackson was 10th, Lunny Edam was 11th, Teddy Roberts was 12th, Pierce Gauntlet was 30th. Arthur Bowers lost a couple of laps, as we said, with some nebulous problem, and then Toby Cannon, was up the side of a field.
Yes, but is okay, and is
he's walking back.
Oh, trudging.
Probably wondering what on earth happened. Why did I end up a bank?
Yes.